We got oh, yes.
Yeah.
Tonight? We're not doing anything for him tonight. It's next meeting.
It's next meeting.
Yeah. No, there's a resolution that was.
They said in the meeting that it would be the same night the store took over.
No, we didn't have everything ready. Doctor made him something.
I told Lane and Sam it was
We're doing something special for him at the next meeting. Yeah, the next town council meeting, January 6th. I think. We're gonna have food and stuff, and drinks.
We're going to have a slightly different item on the agenda this evening. We're going to call to order here in a second, and then we'll do the pledge, the invocation. Steve Willis is here this evening to help us administer the oath of office for the town council since we have the election. Everyone, please rise.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for everyone in this community, and we pray that you will continue to strengthen us and lead us in a direction that you will have us go. In Jesus' name we pray.
Next up on the agenda is the oath of office. We invited Steve Willis here, who's retired or retired county manager. He did our first oath of office for the first town council 4 years ago. He's generously agreed to help us out again this evening.
I appreciate it. Retired, but back working for the sheriff now. Oh, well, we will go ahead and get started. And for those of you in the audience who may not be familiar with municipal oaths, it's a little different. State and county officers only take one oath, those that's prescribed in the Constitution. Municipal officers take 2 oaths. There's a separate one that's required in Title VI of the state code. So just fair warning, when you hit the first, so help me God, hold your applause. There's another one coming. And the second one, feel free to applaud. And the mayor said that we were doing this all together. So those of you that will be taking office in January will stand. Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me, and I'm 65, so I've got this broken up. You don't have to worry about remembering. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I am duly qualified according to the Constitution of this state to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been elected, and that I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof, and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this state and of the United States. So help me God. As mayor or council member as appropriate of the municipality of Van Wyck, I will equally, fairly, and impartially, to the best of my ability and skill, exercise the trust reposed in me, and I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace and carry into effect, according to law, the purposes for which I have been elected. So help me God. Congratulations.
Steve, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay, well, down to business. If go ahead and have the minutes show that everyone here this evening. And moving on to the public session piece, do we have any
Good.
Moving on, if we could approve December 6th meeting agenda for this evening. We have a copy of the agenda. Do you have any additions or deletions to the agenda this evening? Do I have a motion to approve it? Moved and seconded, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Agenda this evening has been approved. Moving on to the minutes from the November 1st, 2021 meeting. We have a copy of that in front of us. Right. Concerns, questions, additions, deletions to the minutes from the November 1st, 2021 meeting. Motion to approve the minutes. Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. The proclamations this evening. Moving on to the finance report. Anything of note from
Well, I just added a line item for the American Rescue Plan.
Okay.
To show that we did receive those funds during the month of November. And that's just about all the new things. Right now, our bank account balance, which includes that amount, is $372,828. We did receive some of our local option sales tax, so this month also, so. If anybody has any questions, let me know and I'll get back to you.
Out of curiosity, do you have the number in front of you for the deposit we received for the
Yes, it was $178,905. And I understand that's just half of it, right?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Usually, well, if you'll see, yeah, it's around that amount. You'll see in October, it was 11,000 some odd dollars, and then in November, we received $10,000 more. So, but it's usually around 11,000 somewhere in there for the property tax credit. And in the municipal revenue fund, it's you know, at $1,300.
Any other questions from council on the budget? I mean, on the finance report. Let's move on to the policy agenda this evening. First up, we have resolution 2021-21. It's a resolution to establish a parks committee. I have full title of the resolution is a resolution to establish a Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee. Going to go ahead and read the. Whereas the town recognizes the benefit from public input regarding improvement planning, development, and construction of town parks, and whereas the town council deems it appropriate to establish a Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee to make recommendations to town council with regards to the improvement, planning, development, and construction of town parks. I have a motion for consideration of resolution 2021. Anyone on council have any questions? Comments? Proposed resolution. I will take the floor briefly. What we're looking at here is to try to promote more community input with regards to the parks project that's going to be coming down the pipe for this property, as well as any other potential properties that the town is may be looking to add parks wise down the road. Look at our comprehensive plan. There's hope for a trail hub up on Rebad Road at some point. And as far as the amenities and improvements that happen to those properties, we would like to have established means of town residents being able to advise council on how best to proceed with development of those areas. Any other questions or comments on resolution 2021-21?
When would we want to try to get this thing?
Yeah, good point. So my thinking on this is, well, I don't think any of us have approached anyone in the town about potentially sitting on the committee. So at this point, I think we need to open it up, if assuming the resolution passes, and make an announcement to the community and see if anyone's willing to sit get some nominations from folks. If we have enough names in time for the January meeting, we could vote to appoint some folks. Any other questions? Motion to approve resolution 2021-21. Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Resolution is passed. Next up, resolution 2021-22. It's a resolution to establish an outreach committee. A motion consideration of resolution 2021-22. Seconded. Any questions or comments on resolution 2021-22? Now I'll go and take the floor briefly. The idea with this is that we're wanting to, similar to the Parks Committee, but not so much on an advisory role, but we're looking to try to create a means of establishing a regular chain of communication between the town's existing institutions, the town government, and each other. We have plenty of events that folks like the Women's Club and the churches do, and it'd be great for us to have some means of kind of coordinating things. Grants needed from the town or some such thing like that, it would be a good way to channel those things. Those questions are. Any other questions or concerns?
Is this something that would determine how the sponsor is
Yeah, in our discussion on this, yeah, that's a good point. I think we had discussed that this would be a good way to help address how those American Rescue Plan funds, when they come in, will be able to do a series of town grants or whatever have you, figure out how best to channel those monies back into the community. Any other discussion? And as with the Parks Committee, we're also going to need to approach folks between here and the next meeting to see if there's anyone who wants to sit on the committee. I think some of what we had discussed in the past about this was potentially trying to get at least one person from each institution in town, the churches, clubs, you name it, willing to be involved, even if not in an official capacity, at least attending some regular meetings or such, as a way to facilitate those communications. To approve resolution 2021-22. Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Resolution is passed. One of the more mundane. So next up is resolution 2021-43. This is a resolution to establish the 2022 meeting dates for town council. We saw in here on the packet, there is a list of those dates. As with years past, we're looking to follow the plan of first Monday for those meeting dates, unless there's a holiday, and I think again, the next date that's available is the longest in the list. So, as to resolution 2021-23, have a motion consideration. Any discussion this evening? Still resolution, do I have a motion to approve? Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Next up is an oral resolution. By state law, we have to appoint an mayor pro tem to sit in the case of absence of the mayor, or if the mayor is no longer available. And I understand Xavier Key had volunteered. As per doing a motion for consideration of resolution to appoint Xavier Key as the mayor. The record show that Senator Mock has made that motion loud. So, do we have any discussion? A motion to approve the resolution appointing Mr. Key. Second, all in favor, say aye. Moving on, ordinance number 2021-08 is an ordinance limiting and prohibiting the truck traffic in the town of Van Wyck. This is the second reading. Passing this evening to be approved. We have a motion for consideration of ordinance number 2021-08. So moved and seconded. Do we have any discussion on ordinance number 2021-08? I'll take the floor briefly just to remind everybody, this was a prerequisite from the Department of Transportation. There's been a request by several citizens in the town to limit the truck traffic that crosses through the town, not the truck traffic that's coming into the town, serving the town, but to put signs. This will enable them to put up signs, hopefully along Steel Hill. So rather than cut through traffic, we're seeing trucks will have to go around the drive and around. So that's the idea. Do you have a motion up to any more discussion?
I just, how is it, is that, how is that enforced? Like, what is that enforced by? Is that something the county sheriff can do, or is that something that we have to do, or how does that?
My understanding is once the signs are up, it'll be the sheriff, is able to- or any law enforcement be able to enforce them. Similar to the one that's on retail. Any other questions for Chris? All right, got a motion to approve ordinance 2021-08. Second final reading. Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. The ordinance is passed. Just add for the record that I'll reach out to the DOT engineers this week and see if we can do that process. All right. Final ordinance of the evening is ordinance 2021-09. It's an ordinance to adopt a revised business license ordinance in accordance with the Business License Standardization Act of 2020. It's the first reading. I have a motion for consideration of ordinance 2021-09. Second. Discussion on this. I'll take the floor and explain it briefly. South Carolina legislature many months ago, I believe it was late last year, revised the Business License Standardization Act, and in a variety of manners. But one of the aspects was they were required to, I believe, the term is rebalance the rates that are permitted by towns for business licenses. And they contracted with the Municipal Association of South Carolina to go through and do that for all municipalities. They came through and did that for ours. At this point, we need to move forward and amend our existing business license ordinance to change those rates. So I understand. I don't think it went up. I think it's pretty much the same. All right. Is there any question? Any further discussion on ordinance 2021-? All right, it's just the first reading, so if any questions come up, we will have a second reading. Opportunity for the public to speak at that point as well. Do I have a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance number 2021-09? Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. And 2021-09 first reading is approved. All right. Moving moving on to new business. I'm going to give new councilperson Stuart Graham the floor here in just a moment, but I do want to add one thing just for the record. Minutes. If we do a quick oral resolution on it, I understand that there's going to be some expenses with the train repairs that Dennis Reese is doing for us. I understand we talked in the work session about making sure that came out of the advanced portion of the existing town budget. There's plenty of room under that line. But do I have a motion to approve those expenses? I believe we know how much. Is Dennis here? How much are we looking at, sir?
You okay, 200,
200. Okay.
but I had to put on 2 extra tires, and a couple other parts I wasn't figuring out. So it'll probably be about 220 before I'm done.
If we could,
I propose that the resolution be to approve up to 300 in expenses on that, assuming it goes north of the 220 that he's proposing. But if we could have the minutes show both of those amounts. Do I have a motion to approve that resolution? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Minutes show that. Okay. Next up, we have a brand new town council person this evening, Stuart Graham, and he is asked to take the floor regarding the town's proposed communication and transparency policy that we're going to be following moving forward.
So wanted to take a minute and just talk through. We kind of heard some things as we go through the elections and in that process. So wanted to make sure that we were crystal clear as a town council and mayor where we stand on things regarding communication and transparency. So we are town council mayor, obviously elected by you. I think there's roughly 225 votes, give or take, in November. And we represent you. I speak for all of town council and mayor. We will continuously strive to be open, honest, and transparent in everything we do. There will be items over the next 12 months that we will need your feedback and input. Engagement is really important so the town of Van Wyck gets the best it can be. Here's some of the ways that you can hear about the town business. The website, it lists all the agenda minutes, the agendas that are coming up in the minutes for previous meetings. The meetings are also uploaded and recorded. So if you miss one, you can catch up that way as well. All the ordinances that govern the town of Van Wyck are on connected to that website as well. The structure for these meetings are very, they're very structured, right, and for good reason. And how those meetings are conducted are listed in those ordinances of how those work. Communications also put at the post office, the community center bulletin board here, social media. Obviously, we have the public meetings here as well, and there's quarterly newsletter. We are exploring, and then we're open to other options that may include email and other ways to push out communication. If you have a preferred way to receive communication, let us know. We certainly realize that in the structure of the public meeting, one of the drawbacks is discussion. One of the things that we've committed to doing is that any community group or organization or anybody that wants to have a Q&A session with any of us, town council or Sean, just let us know. We can do that on a monthly, quarterly basis, however you want to set that up. We really would like to engage in that process. On the flip side, if you got an organization and you want to let other people know what's going on, and at a town meeting, let us know, and we can help facilitate that as well. And I'll take it a step further. Our emails and personal cell phone numbers are listed on the county website. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and have a one-on-one conversation. You see us around town, stop us and ask us. Involvement is the most effective way to stay connected. There's several new committees that have opened up. I know there's openings on the zoning and the planning commission as well. So if you're interested and you want to be involved in the town and sharing your time, talents, and ideas can help shape the town that we all want to live in. And I think that's pretty much it. The community of Van Wyck is what makes the town successful, and we look forward to a great 2022.
Thank you, Council. At the risk of tailing on to some of that, the committee work that we're offering up, it is a great way to stay involved and get more involved with what we are doing and understanding what the town council's being asked to do and by whom. The planning commission, the BZA, I know we've announced that 3 or 4 times over the last several months that those 2 positions on each were coming up. We discussed at our work sessions past Monday, pushing off appointing folks at this meeting to the next meeting, just to give the town and the members of the public an opportunity to offer any more nominations of folks that I think may need to be appointed to those committees. So that's available as well. And as far as my cell phone number, a lot of folks in the community have it. Again, it's on the website. Feel free to call me. Several folks in town do not hesitate to give me a holler when they're concerned about something. I don't mind. That's what the job entails. So I like speaking to y'all. You're my neighbors. It's good that we understand what's going on and what your concerns are. So, all right. Other new business, and then I'll open it up to the rest of the council here to fill it in. Mr. Richard Vaughan is he did not run for re-election, and so we're going to recognize at the risk of spoiling the surprise, but we're gonna honor him at our next town council meeting in January for the years of effort and volunteerism that he's put in on town council, just for the community in general. We're all very honored to. Please, if you're available, that'd be great.
Will he come back?
Councilperson emeritus. So that'll be at the January. All right. So anybody else? New business. 2 announcements: parade this weekend and the lighting of the way this weekend. Right? Do we?
No, the 12th.
Next weekend. 18th. Did I mess
The
it up?
12th is the lighting of the way. The
12th is lighting.
18th is the parade.
Okay. Sorry, can't keep up. I'm sure everyone's already aware. All right, anybody else? All right, so what we're gonna do from here is I will go ahead and ask for a motion to adjourn, and once we've done that, then we'll open it up for questions and comments.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, all in favor, say aye. All right, meeting is adjourned. So floor is open. Anybody got any questions, concerns?
It's at noon.
Well,
Noon on 18.
I don't know if we have a band yet or not. Last I talked to the fire department, they figured that part was still up in the air. So it might be loud fire trucks, but no marching band.
See if I'm-
What is that about the gun count?
Sean wrote it. To ask him,
Oh, to drive it.
because
Yeah,
it
she
should
got
be,
through, she got
it should be the community. Yeah.
I haven't talked to the owner about it.
Right?
So don't have a good answer. But anybody else have any intel on that?
They're waiting for another architect to review and all that, so they got to go through so much of the state. They had permission to do it. And the second one, not to do it.
Redo the engineering and all that.
Yeah, got to do all that stuff, from what I understand.
Makes sense. I suspect that's going to be a longer process, regrettably.
Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Anybody else?
Walking trail lights.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're on all over. Yeah, the walking trail has been upgraded with LED lights, so it's energy efficient now. It doesn't cost a huge amount of money to run them all the time. So the walking trail is well lit in the evenings and the early mornings. So if I go by at about 5:30 in the morning and it's lit up, feel free to use it.
Is it on the timer or something?
That's a good question. I don't think we did a timer on it. I think it's just all the time.
It's just
It's dusk till dawn, isn't it?
dust about.
Yeah, I think they're dusk till dawn.
Yeah, but based on what they're billing us, it's not much. It's LED lights, they kind of sip the electricity. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming out. Oh,
I
sorry.
just want to say thank you to everyone who participated in the angel tree this year. We have 20 children and it's 10 families and they're not split. Means they're all split. But anyhow, it really, really people have come out and supported it. And I'm very, very grateful. So they are too.
That's great to hear. Thank you, everyone.